Secretary Jimmy Rutledge Cotton.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Park.
Ready, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, we need, thank you, Christy. Anyone that's going to testify, please raise your right hand so that we can swear you in.
Okay.
Good, Christy, you're muted. Don't
My
worry about it.
apologies.
All right, anybody that's going to testify, raise your right hand, please.
Try this again. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're giving today is true and correct, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. And Counselor, you may proceed.
Okay, I first called Nancy Rodriguez. Please state your full name for the court.
Nancy Rodriguez.
And were you well acquainted with the family history of decedent Jim Cotton?
Yes,
And how long have you known Mr. Cotton?
over 20 years.
And was Mr. Cotton married at the time of his death?
Yes,
Were any children born or adopted by Mr. Cotton?
I born or adopted. No, I don't think.
Okay, and to your knowledge, did Mr. Cotton have a will?
No,
And do you have any kind of financial interest in the estate?
no.
Now, Mr. Cotton had given up, or he had his rights terminated in a child, correct?
Yes,
But you have no idea where that child is at,
no,
and so you don't know if that child is deceased. But that his rights to that child was terminated some 30 years ago, correct?
yes, 30 or more.
Okay, but as far as you know, his wife, and what is her name?
Why in Cotton?
Okay, and so he was married to her.
Yes,
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Park, good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Are you aware of Starla Jean Cotton's of her? Have you ever talked to her?
who?
The girl.
No,
No.
Do you know of her whereabouts?
I do not.
Have you talked to anybody that might know her whereabouts?
No,
Other than the questions that have previously been asked you, do you have any other information that would lead us to any information that would assist us in finding her or any other error that he has?
no.
Okay. Pass the witness.
All right, call your next witness, Counselor.
I call Paul McClure.
Yes, sir.
Would you please state your name for the record?
Paul McClure.
And were you well acquainted with the family history of decedent Jim Cotton?
Yes, sir.
And how long did you know Mr. Cotton?
Approximately about 20 years.
Okay, and was Mr. Cotton married at the time of his death?
Yes, sir.
And to your knowledge, did Mr. Cotton have a will?
No, sir, not to my knowledge.
And do you have a financial interest in this estate?
No, sir.
Now, he had a child, but his rights were terminated to that child some 30 plus years ago. Do you know of that child?
I've never met the girl, never heard of her. I've heard that, you know, that she was adopted out or something. I don't know.
Okay, so your knowledge is limited to the fact that she was adopted out, but you've never seen her, you've never talked to her, and you don't know where she's at.
No, sir.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Park.
Yes. Mr. McClure, I've talked to you twice concerning this matter, correct?
Or talked to you twice.
Oh,
He
yeah.
talked to you
Oh,
about it.
yes, okay.
Yes, I've talked to you about this matter twice. Are there?
He's talked to you twice about this matter.
He
Yes.
said he talked to me twice. didn't he?
Yes. As far as I remember, yes.
Okay. And during our conversation, has any information come to your knowledge that would change the conversation that we had to allow discovery of this child?
No, sir. I still don't
Have
know.
you heard anything since the time that I've talked to you that would lead you to believe that there are any other children that he had? That's the witness, Your Honor.
Your Honor, nothing else. We, other than we need to get the fee of what Mr. Park's fee is so I can put in the order. But I got to send you an order because we have the estate's only about $50,000. And so there's a small house where the roof is leaking. And it's since we both been unable to find this, I don't even know if she's alive or anything. And Mr. Parks has been looking and checking for many months. So I think that we have proved up she's the only heir to this estate, and would submit an order. I don't have an order today, but I'd submit an order to you with the ad litem's fees.
Let me interject.
Yeah. Are you through, Counselor?
No.
Mr. Patterson, are you through? No,
Yes,
hang on a minute, Mr. Park.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
go ahead, Mr. Park.
Usually our fee for Chambers County is around $500. That if you approve that.
Did you hear that, Mr. Patterson?
Yes, that's not a problem, Your Honor. Whatever the court wants to enter is fine, Your Honor.
All right, so I do have a judgment declaring heirship. Mr. Parker, have you seen it and do you agree with the judgment?
I think they were going to email it to me. I haven't seen it, but
okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to draft a judgment declaring heirship. Go ahead and put the fee in it and a place where Mr. Park can sign off on it that he's agreed to the judgment, and get it over and we'll get it signed.
Okay, I'll get that today, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Park, you good over there?
Thank you, sir.
But in the meantime, I'm approving the judgment declaring heirship once the ad litem is signed off on.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So you don't, that's all you need is the judgment declaring heirship, correct?
Yeah, I'm going to do I felt since the estate is such a small estate, then after I do the heirship, I can roll it over to a small estate affidavit.
Okay.
And do it that way, other than an administration.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, cause number 15, the state of Mary, excuse me, Mary Jane Dawson. Mr. Thompson. I saw Ryan Thompson. Oh, there he is. Mr. Thompson, you on?
Judge, he's just visiting. He's actually on the next docket. He's new to Chambers.
Well, this is on the docket. Are we moving it to the next docket?
Yes, it was actually set for the 16th. He just wanted to view how the process works for this one.
Okay, so we will not be hearing anything on it today.
Correct.
All right, thank you, ma'am. All right, cause number 28, the state of Francis Leonard Hughes.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. You may proceed, Counselor.
All right, we're to probate the holographic will for Francis Leonard Hughes, and we're requesting letters of independent administration. I think I need to get my witnesses sworn in, Your Honor, or was that for everyone at the beginning?
Well, did we swear your witnesses in? Let's go ahead and swear them in. If you'll raise your right hand.
All right, guys.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're giving today is true and correct, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
All right, you can put your hand down, Counselor. You may proceed.
All right. So first, I'm going to prove up the proof of death, Your Honor, and that's going to be with Mr. Will Hughes.
Okay, you may
Mr.
proceed.
Hughes, is it true that Francis Leonard Hughes died on December 23rd, 2022 in Anahuac, Chambers County, Texas at the age of 87?
Yes.
Was the decedent a resident of Texas and had domiciled a fixed place of residence in Chambers County?
Yes.
Before you is a document, a file stamp document dated May 22nd, 2010, and that purports to be the decedent's will. And to your knowledge, it was never revoked. All right. All right. Now, looking at that document in the entirety of it, does it appear to be in his handwriting?
Oh, yes.
And is that his signature?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a necessity to administrate this estate?
Yes.
Were there any children born or adopted by the decedent after the execution of this will?
No.
Was the decedent divorced after the execution of this will?
No.
Is a state or government agency, charitable organization named as a devisee in this will?
No.
Decedent did not receive, is it true the decedent did not receive Medicaid benefits on or after March 1st,
Absolutely not.
2005?
No. Never.
Okay. Was the decedent's will, does the decedent's will name anyone to serve as an administrator of the estate?
No.
Mr. Hughes, are you qualified to serve as a personal representative of this estate and you have not been convicted of a felony?
Correct. Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor, for this witness.
Okay, call your next witness.
Call Mr. Rex Tunzi.
Morning, Rex.
Morning. All right, Mr. Tunzi. Before you is a document dated May 22nd, 2010, and it purports to be the final will of Mr. Francis Leonard Hughes, Jr. Do you see that in front of you?
Yes,
Have you reviewed that document?
yes.
To your knowledge and your experience working, well, what's your experience with Mr. Hughes? How do you know him?
I used to approve his designs when I worked for the Chambers County. He submitted sanitary designs,
Gotcha.
septic designs.
Thank you. So after reviewing that document and the signature at the bottom, do you have any doubt that it's not completely written by the hand of Francis Leonard Hughes, Jr.?
It's his writing.
It's his writing. All right. No further questions from this witness, Your Honor.
All right, call your next witness, Counselor.
That's all we have, Your Honor. The estate does not, the will does not put forth for an independent administration, though we have Mr. Hughes, who is a beneficiary, who is requesting an independent administration. He's also requesting that he be placed as the administrator or of this estate. He lives in Chambers County. He would be able to have access to the courts to be able to take care of this. Furthermore, the only other beneficiary of the will is a sister, Susan Christopher. She has an affidavit signed. She also states that she would like William Hughes here to act as the administrator of the estate, and I will be filing that with the court today. And other than that, Your Honor, we're asking that you approve the probate of the holographic will, and you approve the independent administration of this estate, and you appoint William Hughes as the administrator.
All right, so done. And you'll get that to the court along with.
Absolutely, Your Honor. All documents will be
the paperwork
forwarded.
needs to be done. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, calls number 32, the state of Billy J. Tibbs.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Floyd. How are you?
Fine, sir. I'll be the only witness.
And which, go ahead, Christy. You're muted, Christy. Oh, you know that?
I'm working on 3 screens and I can't.
Can't figure out which screen.
My apologies. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're giving today is true and correct, so help you God?
I do.
And you may
Thank you.
proceed, Counselor.
Your Honor, Billy J. Tibbs died on November the 23rd of 2016 here in Chambers County. She had her fixed place of residence at 7118 Chickasaw Street in Baytown, Chambers County, Texas, had him before her death. And the document that's dated March the 12th of 2002, which is in file with the court, it's her last will and testament and has never been revoked as far as I know. And there were no children born to or adopted by her after she wrote the will, and she was not divorced after she signed the will. She was married to James Tibbs, Your Honor, on the date that she wrote the will and on the date of her death, and that was her only marriage to Mr. Tibbs, to James Tibbs. There are no unpaid debts owing on the estate, and there's no necessity for administration, Your Honor. And she did not apply for or receive any Medicaid benefits after March 1st of 2005. And no state governmental agency of the state or charitable organization was named by her as a devotee in the will. And Your Honor, we're asking the court to admit this probate as mineral title only in this case. Thank you.
All right. So done. Thank you, Counselor.
May I be excused?
You may be.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, calls number 40, last but not least. Good morning, Counselor.
Good morning, Judge.
Have we sworn you in?
Not yet.
All right.
I'm ready. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're giving today is true and correct, so help you God?
I do.
And you may proceed, Counselor.
Your Honor, I'm here on behalf of the estate of Samuel Johnson. Mr. Johnson passed away on March 27th, 2023 in Chambers County, Texas. At the time of his death, he had a fixed place of residence and domicile in Baytown, Chambers County, Texas. He died leaving a will, which has been filed with the court, dated January the 6th of 2021. To the best of my knowledge, that will was not revoked after its execution. He was not married or had any children born to or adopted by him after the execution of the will. That will names Jennifer K. Griffith to serve as independent executor. Ms. Griffith is qualified and not disqualified from serving as independent executor. The will does not name any governmental entities or state agencies or charitable organizations as beneficiaries, and we'd ask that the will be admitted to probate and that Ms. Griffith be appointed to serve as independent executor without bond as provided by the will.
All right. Everybody admits the will of probate and grant Leonard's testamentary. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.